The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the September 25th Taco Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And, of course, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, means we can find a gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go check out the circumstance of these markets. We get to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, and more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone, dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, let those fingers do the walking. You can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. And in the Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, a flat market. Dow's up 6. S&P is up a nickel. NASDAQ 100 up 8 points. The Russell is up 0.3%. That's 6 points to the upside. Semis are the ones that are the big loser to the downside. Loser. They're down 24 points, or 1 7/10% out there. Trannies are off about 0.5% or 48 points. You've got gold up $1.30. Silver's up a little over 1%. It's up 16 pennies, trade out at $14.51. Light sweet crude up 22 cents, trading at 72.30. Leading the charge dollar-wise, the upside, it is Amazon. That's up $22. ABIO Med up 20. Tilray up 16. Google up 12. Northrop Grumman up nearly 8 and change. That's what is that? That is, where did Northrop Grumman go? 845 up 2 7/10%. To the downside, it is Neogen Corp, $14, 16%. SA Exploration down $14 or 50%. Yikes. Mercado Libre off $8. That's a couple, 2.5%. Lear Corp down $6. That's nearly 4%. So there's certainly things to look at. I want to look at, of course, what you want to look at. And the first you want to look at goes to Kay. We haven't heard from Kay for a while, so hello, Kay. Kay writes in and says, hi, Steve. So hi, Kay. Can you give your levels on the Russell 2000 and NQ on the 30-minute chart, specifically Stevie's red line? Thank you so much. So, yeah, let's go take a look at each of those. And if we take a look at the NQ, so let's assist Kay with the 30-minute time frame charts and what she should be looking for. We don't know if she's long or short. What we can see out here is that just the simple way that markets make tops and bottoms, the single best tool, indicator, pattern, or anything that I found out here, it's Stevie's Rhodes Momentum Indicator System. We can see now the lines automatically get drawn as they are beginning to form. In this case here, you was yesterday at 10 o'clock, that big old bullish engulfing key reversal candle that came in that went ahead and sent prices higher. Kay, what it did was it sent prices higher inside the NQ right up to the Tommy DeMark setup trend line. That's that green dashed line out here. Price actually got up there at about 7 o'clock this morning, between 7 and 7:30, and then price was making that Rhodes momentum topping signal, and then we saw a sell-off. Now, at this stage here, just a very simple retracement. You're asking for Stevie's lines out here. Well, Inside the 30-minute chart, there's a new bearish structured profile. The top of that box is 75.86 and change, so we'll call it 75.87. If price clears that, what we probably have is an A to B equals CD to the upside. That would be setting up. Do we have that confirmed just yet? No. What would that actually look like? It would look something like this. That's assuming the lows of this morning hold up, and that would then take you into about the 76.80 level. That would be your 1-to-1. This is not an indication that it would be 1-to-1, 77.15. So that's the bullish side. The bearish side, we're in a bearish structured box right now, just simply says that we're going to go back and revisit this morning's lows, get down to 75.55. So there could be an A to B equals CD to the downside. I know you're saying to yourself, oh, come on, can't you give me something better than that? You give me the A to B equals CD to the upside, and now you're going to give me one to the downside? Well, we have to take a look at both sides of the trade, and we'll take a look at some other levels to be watching inside the NQ. The A to B to the downside could be a actual Gartley buy pattern. Your first target would be 75.41, the second 75.26. I'm going to be teaching subscribers about these patterns come next Wednesday, so a week from tomorrow out there, and I'll teach those folks, which hopefully would be you as well, how to master the A to B equals CD, how to really buy and sell that D point, exactly what to be looking for. But as we speak at 111 right now, I've got to take an agnostic view of the NQ as to which of these two patterns it is showing. If we take a look at another tool that you and I can look at, it is where the moon is positioned during the current lunar cycle. And in that case, with regard to the NQ, where it was positioned during this lunar cycle was at the price point of 29.6. Oops, you want the NQ. 75.28 even, Steven. Yeah, that's a key level of support. We haven't seen that tested. We saw price break through that level. That was at about 10:30 on the yesterday morning. Once price got above that, it was saying, okay, don't be short, be long. If you're an intraday trader out there, that combined with the Rhodes momentum indicator signal on that 30-minute time frame was just a doble Guy confirmation of that, and then really ran right up into that Tom DeMark setup trend line. So just the tools that you and I use out here, they're great. I was thinking Tony the Tiger. Is it Tony the Tiger? Is that who's saying they're great? We probably have to have a little button where I can hit that. In any event out here, 75.28 is going to be a key level. If price does move lower, watch that area. As long as we're on this chart out here, another key level that you were asking about is inside the Russell 2000, and that's at 17.10. What we can see here about, and this line acted so well. Somebody's going to ask me, how does it work? Well, I sort of know how it works. I know exactly how it works. I just don't know why it works, except that I know why it works. But if we take a look at this, all you need to know is watch 17.10.70. If price comes back and tests that inside the Russell 2000, bounces off of that, it's just telling you, do not be short. You want to see price at least break through that level. If we take a look at what's going on inside the 30-minute chart here for the Russell 2000, Stevie's red line, it is green with envy. Okay, that's 17.15, so price is trading above support. Price has been moving higher, doing less relative energy, but price has not been able to blow through that line, Stevie's red/green line. Another area of support inside the Russell is going to be the top of the box, 17.13, the bottom 17.11, and then you've got that Tom DeMark setup trend line that is approximately 17.09.50. We'll call it somewhere right around there. It does look like, I kind of hate to call this an A to B equals CD to the upside out here inside the Russell. Maybe one other element for you to be looking at out here, you know, is the Russell 2000 bottoming, or is it just getting ready to trade lower? We're going to have to wait with bated breath until we come back from this commercial, but I want to hear from you. It's Steve at TFNN.com or 877-927-6648. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last
last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance, David White's daily market letter, gives you trade recommendations based on David's proprietary power law vector indicator that put the odds of success overwhelmingly in your favor. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price for each stock and option trade. David combines his years of trading experience along with his background in technology and computing to offer his subscribers his take on the markets on a daily basis. Every trading day by 9:30, David publishes his morning issue of The Path of Least Resistance, along with updates sent out throughout the week whenever there is new actionable trading information. All new subscribers receive a 30-day, no questions asked money-back guarantee. To sign up for David White's daily trading newsletter right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So let's go out to Philadelphia and speak with John. John, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing this afternoon?
Steve, I'm very good. Thanks for taking the call. I wanted to ask if you could assist me with mental exercise, asking questions about the S&P futures, please.
Okay. Fire away.
Yeah, specifically. And the reason I ask that, Steve, I'll preface it by saying this. I saw a recognizable pattern that first showed up in the Russell 2000 Cash Index, indicating a completion of a rally phase into that August 29th high and potential top. Now, we certainly have made a short-term high, and we've given really nothing back on sideways. And so the jury is out as to whether on the Russell 2000 that August 29th high at 1742 is an important top. So time will have to tell us on that. But I'm calling to ask about the S&P because a very similar pattern, actually the same Elliott wave post-triangle thrust pattern tool that I've used for years, doesn't show up often, but I found it to be helpful and can be fairly precise. That seems to have shown up potentially for the S&P 500 from that May 2nd bottom into the high on September 21st, last Friday. And of course, we've pulled back very mildly. And here I ask this question based upon what I told you in preface. Mm-hmm. We've come down and we've tested apogee, 2916 or so. And I'm just was just seeing you post that in TigerTV, mm-hmm. and that price level also happens to be the swing high from the 19th and a couple days prior to that. So when I look at technical tools, 2916 shows up as just a real obvious spot. So my question is if we go down and undercut that now with volume as displayed, say, on the 30-minute chart, how low would you suspect that selling wave would carry before you found first support?
Sure. So great question out here. And so if we take a look at what the ES Mini has done here, a couple days ago, price was creating that Rhodes momentum indicator top. That's a black diagonal line, kind of lower left to upper right. And also on that same trading day, I believe was Friday, it was a trading day of September 21st, it was a Tommy DeMarca setup 9 count out there. And oftentimes at the 9 count, we see some type of a change in trend out here. Yesterday, we saw the ES Mini, or really Sunday night, we saw the ES Mini gap down, and it never, ever closed that gap. So that became the bearish reversal candle of the Rhodes momentum indicator, as well as it closed below my oscillator unchanged line, that green line. And we can see that so far today, that green line is held, 29.29. So all of that, even though you're using a different system and you're looking at a daily time frame chart where you're looking at a Elliott wave pattern out here, I also have a topping signal inside the ES. So just so that we're clear on that in taking a look at a daily time frame chart. Now, to answer your question, when you're below these levels of support, one level of support would be Stevie's green line. That now becomes resistance, 29.29, 78 to be exact. So we'll have to call it 75 out here. Where's the next level of support? Well, inside of the Ninja Trader system and the E-Signal system, even though they're using the same math, John, sometimes they produce different market profiles. So what I can do is give you the range, and the range would be the top of the box. The top of the box range is going to be 28.96. That's the mathematical calculation for the TAS market profiles on the ES Mini, to my E-Signal, which comes at 29.14. So to answer your question, to be exact, it has to be a range right now, 28.96 to 29.14. Any close below that then brings the center of the box or the bottom of the box into being. What I would do is if price were to close below that, I just come down to that Tommy DeMarca setup trend line, which is the low from September 11th. And I would say that September 11th low would be a real key level of support. It's very close to the bottom of the TAS market profile on the Ninja Trader system. So it's in that 28.70 type area. Now, all that being said, it's always so important, I believe it is so important, especially when you and I, which we do track the Chapman wave counts out here. So I have that in the ES Mini, we're only in wave number 2, that this thing recycled because we had that 7th wave at that August 29th top. And so if we go with that fundamentally, we know that there's at least 2 more waves coming before any kind of significant top might be in place. Now, I don't know Basil's thoughts on that, but and I'm not using the full Chapman wave to do that. If I look at the weekly time frame chart out here, one of the things we're going to see is that Stevie's green line for several weeks, several months that is, has acted as very strong support. So that gives us a figure there, John, of 29.06. Any pullback is nothing more than just coming back and testing that level. And it always helps to go take a look at the monthly time frame as well, just to keep things in perspective out here. And that gives you a support area of about 28.32, give or take, right around 28.32, 28.35. Those are the levels of support that I have at this stage. Does that help answer your question?
Yeah, excellent. Thank you very much. It does, and
so the Russell 2000, let's talk about the Russell 2000, because it had that pattern. Because whenever we get a pattern, this is what I've learned. Whenever we get a topping or a bottoming pattern, then the very next thing, and you already asked that question, so I'm just really this is just you and I talking just to kind of share it with our audience. The most important question to then ask when you have a topping pattern is, hey, where's support? And in essence, that was your question. Well, if we take a look at the Russell 2000 equity futures contract, and we see the top that it formed, you just simply using your pattern, but on the cash indice out here, and we were to say, hey, where is an ultimate support level on this? What you and I would do is we would look to the top of the weekly profile, and those are the green horizontal lines on my chart right now, and 1706 is the number. We would have said between 1692 and 1706, and the reason why we would have certainly deliberately said 1706 was because that weekly box is bearish in structure, and once price closed above that, the week of August 21st out there, there's nothing more bullish than a failed bearish pattern. Well, old resistance should become new support. And we take a look at the Russell 2000, we can see the lows from September 12th were a test and then rejection of that level. The same holds true for September 17th. The same holds true for September. Oh, this is a daily. Okay, so daily chart. Look at a daily time frame chart, but I've got the weekly numbers up here as well as a daily. But we can see September 18th, September 19th. We can see yesterday was a test and rejection of that level. So you're using the Russell 2000 maybe as a gauge. I would have to say if you see the close below 1706, but most specifically 1692, that's giving you your confirmation of what you want, that if the markets are moving in tandem, that price is headed lower. But right now, what we know is support is held inside the weakest of the 4 equity futures contracts, at least I guess what I would call the weakest of the 4 equity futures contracts from a pricing standpoint.
Look at that. That chart you display on the Russell in TigerTV is that is just about as obvious as something can get. That support mark. Yeah, terrific. Yeah. Steve-O, you did answer my question. Help me with that exercise, so I appreciate that. And we'll
thanks so much for calling, John.
If we go comatose until 2 p.m. on Wednesday in the FOMC. So
sounds great.
Enjoy
Thanks
that
for
time
calling.
off.
All righty, take care. We'll be right back, folks.
Bye.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. Monday, September 24th, TFNN is launching a new updated version of our website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, and starting Monday, you'll be able to experience the new and improved TFNN website. If you're a current subscriber, don't worry, your subscription will be automatically transferred. The new TFNN.com will allow much easier access to all your account and subscription information. Get ready for the new TFNN.com, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
last thing to review for John and for each of you out there, I have a chart of the ES Mini. Now, I've got the continuous contract up on my screen, just so that you and I can take a look at some long-term historical data, and what we can overlay on this chart are the horizontal trading ranges. Now, I have a monthly time frame, but the green bars actually represent weekly horizontal trading range levels. It's just the weekly have provided, visually speaking, they provided the best levels of support and resistance. If you take a look at the highs in 2000, you can see how the highs in 2007 were capped there. If you're asking, hey, price got slightly above that 1523, that horizontal trading range, why did it stop where it stopped? It was because it was just testing a previous high out there. And that was from the March 2000 level. That's now a yellow line going across my screen, which is what really it needed to be able to bust through in order to get up to its next horizontal trading range level. You can see that the body of the candle is truly the essence of price. How back here in the 2014, 15, and then really early 16, you can see that consolidation between 1918 and 2116. So if we're asking ourselves, geez, what stopped price to the upside and the downside, we know it was a horizontal trading range. Why is that important? Friday becomes the end of September. And what we can see here is we know that the S&P broke above the high from January. It did that last month. It did it in the month of August. So we're above that. We also know that 2907, approximately 2907, is the next horizontal trading range boundary line. Once you, and if you take a look at the highs in 2018, the previous highs, the January highs. If you're wondering what deflected price lower, well, when you get up to a horizontal trading range, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like an exercise routine. You work your butt off, supposedly, just to, sometimes your butt doesn't come up, but you know what I mean. You work to really get up to achieve that goal. The ES Mini did. Okay, it took a rest, came back, had a nice correction, which was a beautiful thing, because they do happen on an annual basis once a year over the last century out there. So we hadn't seen one for a while. But here's the point. We're now, if we close above 2907 out here, 2907 come Friday, this is telling us that the ES Mini wants to run to it's busted through that next horizontal trading range, 3104 out there. So I would be watching this, and we're 2923 right now, so I'd be watching that 2906 level. Yeah. And I would say if this week closes over last week, it's just another confirmation that the market is getting ready to do that Mazda commercial. And that's called zoom, zoom, zoom to the upside. Inspector Clouseau said when you least expect it, expect it. Well, most people out there least expect it. So I'm saying expect it. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's go to take a look at the question that came in. This coming in from Hector C. He said, speaking of Taco Tuesday, I'm not sure what that means, but isn't today a perfect day to load up on Apron? APRN is the ticker symbol. I don't know. What does Apron do out there? Is that one of those food delivery services or something like that? I think it is, but I don't even know what they do. But let's simply just so we'll take a look at our 3 time frame. That's Blue Apron. Yeah, I think it is, right? Blue Apron. If we take a look at Blue Apron, you know what I mean out there? Basically, Hector, if you're going to get in this thing, just so you know, everyone that's in Blue Apron, they are whining. They are whiners out here, and rightfully so. There may be somebody that's holding Blue Apron up at the highs from 967. Somebody had to buy that tick. Somebody sold it, and somebody had to buy it, and now it's at $1.68. Maybe they're long gone from Blue Apron. They probably won't come back anytime soon. But basically, as this chart shows, right now it's trading at 168, and the all-time low is 164. Yeah, 164. And you want to buy this thing. And I'd ask the question why, but it's by email. But you're just asking me a simple question. Is now the time to load up? And Stevie says, not a chance. First of all, there's a brand new, not brand new, it formed a few days ago. Let's just take a look at the market profiles out here. They're very helpful. John and we just looked at how those market profiles on a weekly basis identified a level of support inside of the Russell 2000 equity futures contract. Here's a daily time frame market profile. You haven't seen a close above a top of box. Well, I guess we saw one back in August of this year. But let's just take a look at the current box set form. This was on Friday, September 21st. It only took 1 day for price to close below the bottom of that box. That was yesterday. We're still trading below that. And I don't know, Blue Apron can go to zero, I suppose. It certainly can go below the actual all-time low so far, which was $1.64 from a couple of days ago out here. So is this the time to buy? No, even though somebody did try and he had that little bullish engulfing candle back on September 20th, at least what you needed to see there, my opinion, you know, and maybe that was a sign of strength, but then yesterday was a sign of weakness. Yeah. Not really cool. Not really good. Don't and look at that Rhodes momentum topping signal that it gave us. Geez, this thing could be. I can't really draw the A to B equals CD down because then it would be negative, and I know that that's not right. But maybe prophetically, it is going out of business. Nah, you can't go out of business because your stock price is trading where it is, but maybe they have some other financial troubles. I'm going to guess that is the case out here. So I don't see any real bottoming signal to speak of out here, Hector, and that's on the daily. The weekly probably looks just simply, can I say the word god-awful? Let's go take a look at it. I just did. What's it doing on a weekly basis? Well, let's go take a look at it. It had a swing point out here from the week of April 2nd, 8.5 million shares, and last week was moving down with 15 million shares. That's still pushing lower. That's pushing lower with the volume. And this week we're trading below it. You're already at 6 million shares. It's only 136 on Tuesday. So it is blowing away. Yeah, it's blowing away the swing point. You see, I really can't make the A to B equals CD. We can do it, right? Let's just see what Stevie's system will do. Maybe it just kills the system altogether. I don't know. You know, the conservative A to B equals CD, well, no, we really can't. That's just a consolidation. So it's just a consolidation box out here. So we can do that. We can measure that, and we can just take, there's your consolidation. Let's go ahead and take that, in essence, down here, and we do get below zero. So, Hector, I think that Apron is a buy at minus 59 cents. If you can find somebody to sell it to you then. Just kidding. We're just having fun with this. I just don't see the bottom signal here. So please, if you're going to buy, caveat emptor. I just don't see it at this stage of the game. But thanks for writing in. Let's go bottom fishing, finding something that at least has that nice Rhodes momentum indicator signal bottom. I'd much prefer to do that. So, again, thanks for writing in. Okay. Jim writes, Square is breaking out with volume. Let's go take a look at that square peg in the round hole out there. SQ is the ticker symbol. Is that coming off of a bottom? No, that is not. That's at an all-time high, I believe. Yeah, that is. And Square is breaking out. So what is that doing today? The prior swing point, September 11th. Ooh. That was 12 million shares. You're already at 16 million shares today. So, yeah, that Square is moving higher. Now, the A to B equals CD to the upside, that one we can figure out. In the case of Square, somebody says it's headed to the moon. I think it's headed to 111.24 to 119.32. C. Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. The Taz Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the Taz Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Taz Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the Taz Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. It's 1:42, and you know what that means. You don't, because I don't even know what that means. But what it does mean is, hey, Hector, I did a little bit of work during that breakout there. I was kind of curious, who coined the phrase Taco Tuesday? And turns out that, and I've seen it from a couple of sources on the internet, no idea if it's real or not, but it says that the quote came from a Taco John spokesperson, and saying that the Taco Tuesday came from one of the franchisees of Taco John's. I've never been there. Guy by the name of David Olson back in the 80s out there, and he called it Taco Tuesday, but he spelled it TWOSDAY out there. Now, I read another article just during that break, obviously had nothing to do, and apparently they went out and trademarked it. And they tried to enforce the trademark. There's nothing more. Everybody thinks the cost of a trademark or the cost of the patent, that's the big cost. Nothing could be further from the truth. That's the least expense of the whole thing. May have cost you a lot of money to go ahead and get that patent or to get that trademark, but it's the enforcement of that. It's kind of like bringing home a boat. Everybody thinks the big downstroke of the boat was the big cost. The reality was it was the maintenance of it. These guys apparently sued somebody over trademark infringement, and then they got such bad press they decided never to enforce it again. But I've never heard of Taco John's, but I know we've got listeners up there in Minnesota. Maybe they're still around out there. Okay, no other requests that have come in, so what do we want to go look at now? Hey, how about silver? How about Hi-Ho Silver? We should go look at that. It's up 1%. Let's go see if that has any meaning for us. Let's take a look at the current silver contract out here. Start with December. And we may go take a look at Stevie's synthetic contract. But what we have today, well, we have a breakout underway in silver. Very interesting out here. Now, what does Stevie mean we've got a breakout? Tucker says they're in the Midwest, Taco John's that is, and they have tater tots? Really, Tucker? I mean, sounds pretty cool to me. There's not a lot of restaurants. If you're going to eat a potato, is there anything better than a tater tot? I don't know what they serve the kids today in junior high, I guess, right? I think we had tater tots were on the menu. Hey, those had to be one of the Stevie's favorites. I can't recall the last time that I had tater tots, but, of course, today they probably got tater tots with truffle oil on them or something like that. All you need is just a little good salt. Hey, let's get back to silver out here. If silver today closes over $14.39, at least in U.S. dollar terms, it will have broken out above the top of its daily profile out here, and that'll say, a real bottom could be in silver. Now, it formed a brand new weekly profile, did that Sunday night. And if we take a look at it, what this would suggest with silver right now trading, if it closes above 14.39, the next level of resistance that one would look for is 14.85. Hey, that's still a pretty good move from where silver is trading right now. It's a very good move from 14.49 to 14.84, but it looks very, very promising. Now, the interesting thing about silver, let's go put the contract up here. What silver does have, it also has a Rhodes momentum signal at the bottom. So that's got to make you say, something to think about. Come on, system, operate here. I think I have too many symbols in the system out here. But here's the, oh, it doesn't. I thought it did. I know it does. I know it. I've got a setting on this chart here that is not correct. Let me come and see if I can correct that. Can I? I mean, I can do anything. It's just, oh. You mean the system? Where is it? No? I thought that it had it. I thought that yeah, it does have it. Here it is. Here it is in silver. So if we take a look at silver out here, and those are always bottoming signals. So now what we're doing is we're getting the confirmation today in dollars. We want to go take a look at what silver is doing in the other currencies as well out here. But you've got a breakaway in place, and silver should go in dollar terms, head up to that 14.85 level out there. So how did I get to silver? I guess I was just looking at my screen to say, hey, what else is moving that you and I can go take a look. We do not have the same pattern inside of gold. And inside of gold, at least it did have a problem earlier this morning, same problem that it's had for days now, and that is getting participation from the Europeans. Yeah, we still got that problem. Here's the chart of gold in dollars, euros, yen, and pounds out here. And the traders over in Europe, they're just really not that enthused or interested in it. They just aren't. I wonder if I have this chart in silver. If you give me just a second, let me see if I can find it. I could always make one, but then if I'm making one, then I'm just kind of off talking to myself, and you're really not tuning in to hear Steve-O talk to himself. So indexes, where's silver? I don't see it handy. It's just it's probably sitting there right in front of me. I don't see it, but that's okay. We'll just simply deal with what it's doing in terms of dollars. But back to the chart here in gold, what it would need to do to get a similar signal in dollars, it would need to take out the 1214 level. So we can see gold, precious metals, if we're going to use gold as the proxy, just simply trading sideways between 1192 and 1214.50 out there. All righty, let's go back here. What else do we want to take a look at? Certainly we want to pay attention to the spot VIX index. So John was asking about a market moving lower, what things to look at for support. One of those resistance levels that you would want to be looking at would be the 50-day exponential moving average inside the spot volatility index, and that is 1297. We're at 1251 as we speak right now. Closing over that would then say, things ought to start moving down to support levels inside the S&P 500. Until then, that's really no big deal. Of course, the other, we can call it the other. It's really another way to take a look at it, would be to go take a look at what's going on in the high-yield corporate bond area. And in the high-yield corporate bond area, nothing big, nothing major to suggest that there's a lack of liquidity in the marketplace. So if the VIX is below the 50-day exponential moving average, if the high-yield bond income fund, and there's a couple of them that you can track. The one that's most popular out there is HYG. And if you take a look, you can do the correlation of these two instruments. Let me see. Where's my correlation chart out here?
it should say correlation. So as soon as I get there, somebody say, hey, there it is, Stevie, correlation. So here, if we go ahead and we put the S&P 500, so we'll put that up top. Below that, let's go ahead and put the HYG. So let me get the old edit button going. So here, instead of the dollar, we're going to look at the HYG, and then that's what we're going to correlate to. Correlation HYG. Now this is going to be really short term. That's going to pop up on the screen, but this is short term. This shows you just how correlated. So when I say short term, I'm only using a 5-day correlation. And so the bottom panel here shows you the directional correlation between the S&P 500 and the high yield bond corporate income fund. If I change this from 5 to 10, it should look even more correlated. There's a 10-day correlation out there. So, hey, in addition to serving you tater tots for lunch on Taco Tuesday, I just gave you something else that's really key to understanding the liquidity and the direction inside the stock market. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you'd like to be the bank and get the type of interest they receive instead of the low interest rates they give to clients, then I have an investment you may want to take a look at. I'm offering 4-year secured first mortgages on buildable city lots in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment can be anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000 per buildable city lot. The interest paid is 7% per year, paid monthly. Depending on the investment, the income per month per lot ranged from $175 for a $30,000 investment to $437.50 for a $75,000 investment. If you are in the CD market, you want to look at this investment. St. Petersburg is located in Pinellas County, which is the densest county in Florida. If you're looking for an investment with your principal intact that pays a good interest rate, this may be for you. The supply is limited, so act now. For more information on these secured first mortgage opportunities, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190. Hi, folks. Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get it, folks.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Back, folks. So Lewis, I don't think I've heard from Lewis before, but thank you, Lewis, for writing in. Lewis asked if we could take a look at Apple.
And so let's go take a look at it. This question specifically is, can I give a feel for what it's doing out here? And Lewis, if we just take a look at the daily and the weekly time frame charts here for Apple, we can see that prices trading in between support and resistance. Support and resistance on the daily time frame is its daily task market profile. We're going to go beyond that, by the way, but 216.61 is support. 225.74 is resistance. If price closes above 225.74, it goes back to its highs. If it closes below 216.61, it goes to 213.43 out there. Why 213.43? Excellent question. Because that happens to be the bottom of its weekly profile. Now, in the case of Apple, on any pullback, that should be a really strong support level. You can see price move down last week and basically was right at its point of control. That's at 217.49. Point of control is another way of saying that's where both buyers and sellers believe that there is fair value in the stock. Now, that box on a weekly basis, bullish in structure because that center line is closer to the bottom than to the top. So it really says that buyers are the ones in control of this pricing area. And if Apple were to close below 213.43, nothing more bearish than a failed bullish pattern out here. On the daily time frame chart, in addition to being able to capture, to move higher, the 225.74, the top of its box, what we can see is prices trading below Steve V's green line. That is priced at 224.58 as we speak right now. So it's just in a consolidation-ish type of move out here, but it'll head lower if it gets below, well, I would say not the 216.61 as much, but the 213.43. So thanks for writing in. I hope that helps you out with whatever it is you're doing in trading Apple, if you are, or investing in it, but I didn't see anything that was significantly wrong in taking a look at the Apple stock. So, folks, thanks so much for being here. Stay tuned. I know that David White's got some tater tot stories, so he'll share them with you. He's your favorite polar bear, my favorite polar bear on the planet. And after that, you've got Tom O'Brien from 3 to 5. I'll be back with you on Wonderful Wednesday. Let's find a food, a food to go with Wonderful Wednesday. Take care. Have a great day.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.